Okay, so are you ready to explore some crypto science?
I am.
All right, well, today we're doing a deep dive into LCX,
Right.
a company that's really trying to take traditional finance and merge it with the crypto world.
Yeah, and their mission statement is really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
It's freedom of wealth.
Freedom of wealth.
Freedom of wealth, yeah.
Hmm.
Makes you kind of think, like, what does that really mean in the context of cryptocurrency?
What are they really going for?
Yeah,
It's bold.
it is.
It's a bold statement.
Yeah.
Okay, so LCX was founded in 2018,
Okay.
headquartered in Liechtenstein.
Right.
They operate under European MiCA regulations
Right.
and also Liechtenstein's blockchain laws.
Interesting.
So Liechtenstein's kind of a small country, but they're making some pretty big waves in the crypto world.
Yeah, they are.
And here's a fun fact for you.
Okay.
The idea for LCX was born on a napkin in Crypto Valley, Switzerland.
Wow, on a napkin sketch, huh?
Napkin sketch.
I love that.
Yeah.
And Crypto Valley is like a hub for blockchain innovation. So it's kind of fitting that LCX got its start there.
Yeah, for sure.
And the founder, Monty C.M. Metzger, he was an early advocate for blockchain.
Okay.
And he saw a need for a more professional and institutional grade platform for investors.
Yeah.
And so that's where LCX came from.
From a napkin sketch to a global player, that's pretty impressive.
That is.
So today we're going to be kind of uncovering some pretty fascinating aspects of LCX.
Right.
We're going to talk about tokenized bonds that offer a fixed 7% yield.
Ooh.
We're going to talk about the LCX token, how it works, what makes it valuable,
Interesting.
and we'll even talk about how they're acting as a physical validator
For the validator.
to bring real-world assets onto the blockchain.
I can't wait.
So they've created a pretty diverse ecosystem.
Yeah, they have.
So there's the LCX exchange,
Mhm.
which is their regulated trading platform
Right.
for a bunch of different digital assets.
Yeah.
And then there's LCX tokenization,
Okay.
which is where they're doing this whole physical validator thing.
Yeah. Physical validator.
Okay. Enabling the tokenization of real-world assets.
Interesting. So it sounds like they're breaking down the walls between the physical and the digital world.
It's pretty wild, right?
Yeah, it is.
The possibilities are pretty mind-boggling,
Yeah.
and they don't stop there.
Oh,
They've also developed the LCX Launchpad.
okay.
So this helps other blockchain projects launch their own tokens.
Oh, cool.
And then there's the LTX protocol,
Okay.
which is kind of like a decentralized rule book
Okay, interesting.
for issuing and trading security tokens.
Right, it standardizes the process.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And they've also created the LCX Vault for secure institutional storage.
Okay,
So they've got features like multi-signature security, programmable governance,
got it.
and for everyday investors like you
Like me.
and me, they offer LCX Earn.
Okay, I like the sound of that.
Now, this is where it gets interesting.
Okay.
LCX Earn.
Okay.
They offer tokenized bonds that are denominated in Euro, Bitcoin, Ethereum,
Wow.
and even their own LCX token.
Interesting.
And get this, they all offer a fixed annual yield of 7%.
7%. How do they pull that off?
That's a good question.
It is.
I mean, it's really a unique approach
Okay.
that combines the stability of a traditional bond with the benefits of blockchain technology. They've set minimum investment amounts.
Okay.
So like €1,000 for the euro-denominated bond,
Gotcha.
or like 0.01 Bitcoin for the Bitcoin one.
Okay.
And it's available to retail investors in 30 European Economic Area countries.
30 countries. Wow.
Yeah. So we're talking Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria, Croatia, Cyprus,
Wow.
Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, Ireland, Italy.
Okay. I get it.
It's a lot of countries.
It is a lot.
But the main takeaway here
Right.
is that LCX Earn
Yeah.
is opening up a whole new asset class.
Okay.
It blends the transparency and efficiency of blockchain with the stability of a traditional bond.
Exactly.
So it's all been done with regulatory approval.
Wow.
So the prospectus for these bonds has been endorsed by the Financial Market Authority of Liechtenstein,
Okay.
and it's passported across the entire European Economic Area.
Wow. That's impressive.
It is. And each tokenized bond even has its own ISIN number,
Oh.
which is a unique identifier for financial instruments.
very official.
Yeah, very official.
Yeah.
And they've even gone a step further.
Oh.
They've assigned each tokenized bond a planet to represent it.
Wait, what? A planet?
A planet.
Like,
So URT7 is the moon,
I'm a man. Okay.
BTC-T7 is Jupiter, HHT7 is Mercury, and LCX-T7 is Neptune.
So they're creating their own financial universe.
I love that.
I love that.
Right, so let's talk about the fuel that powers this universe.
Okay.
The LCX token.
All right.
Now, it's classified as a utility token,
Okay.
designed to be used within the LCX platform.
Gotcha.
So what kind of benefits does it offer?
Well, if you hold LCX tokens, you can get up to a 50% discount on trading fees on the LCX exchange.
Okay, 50%, that's a pretty good discount.
That is.
And you can use LCX tokens to interact with other LCX products like LCX Earn,
Oh.
the LCX protocol, and the
Okay.
LCX Launchpad.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And if you're a business, let's say you're looking to integrate your trading systems or become an exchange member
Right.
or launch a token sale, you can use LCX tokens to cover those fees.
Got it.
It's really the backbone of their ecosystem.
It is.
And they've been really diligent about the legal classification.
Oh, good.
So they've gotten legal opinions confirming that it is a utility token according to U.S., Singapore,
Oh,
European, and Liechtenstein law.
so they've done their homework.
Yeah, very important.
Yeah.
So anyone listening who's wondering how to get their hands on some LCX tokens,
Yeah. Where can we get them?
well, you've got a few options.
Okay.
You can find them on major exchanges like Coinbase Pro, Uniswap, Kraken,
Right.
or directly on LCX.com.
Okay, so lots of options.
Now, before we get into more specifics about LCX,
Huh.
I want to talk about their partnerships and
Yeah.
the recognition they've received.
Yeah, they've been working with some pretty big names.
They have. It's pretty impressive, actually.
It is.
So what are some of the highlights?
Well, they've been named a company at the Center for the Fourth Industrial Revolution by the World Economic Forum.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
It is. It's a pretty significant recognition, though.
Yeah, definitely puts them on the map.
It does.
What about their collaboration with Ledger?
Oh, yeah. So they've partnered with Ledger, who's a leader in crypto security and infrastructure solutions.
So they're serious about security.
They are. It shows their commitment to keeping user assets safe and secure.
Yeah, super important in the crypto world.
It is.
Now, I understand they're also involved with global digital finance.
They are.
Okay.
They're a member of Global Digital Finance, or GDF,
Okay.
which works to shape public policy around crypto and blockchain.
Okay.
And they've also been recognized as a blockchain pioneer by the Blockchain Research Institute.
So they've built quite a reputation in just a few years.
Yeah, they have.
Now there's even more to come. Right. I heard there are some confidential partnerships in the works
That's right. They're not done yet.
that haven't even been announced.
Yep, there are some exciting developments on the horizon.
Okay, so LCX has a pretty strong team leading the charge here.
Yeah, they do.
We already mentioned Monty Metzger, the founder and executive chairman,
Right.
but they've also got some big names on their advisory board.
Oh, like who?
You're talking about Don Tapscott,
Okay.
author of Blockchain Revolution,
Oh, wow.
and Jimmy Wales, founder of Wikipedia.
Jimmy Wales, wow.
That's a powerhouse team right there.
It is?
So we've laid the groundwork here,
Okay.
but we've really only just scratched the surface.
I'm ready to dive deeper.
There's so much more to uncover about LCX's vision for the future of finance.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Let's do it.
All right, we'll be right back to continue our deep dive into LCX and what it all means for you.
Sounds good. Welcome back to our deep dive into LCX.
Yeah, so we've talked about their ecosystem, those tokenized bonds with the fixed yield and the LCX token itself.
Right.
So let's kind of zoom out for a sec
Okay.
and think about what it all means.
Okay.
LCX is really trying to build a bridge between traditional finance and the world of crypto.
Trying to bring those two worlds together.
Yeah, bring the best of both worlds together.
Yeah, that's a huge undertaking.
It is a huge undertaking.
For a lot of people, crypto still feels like the Wild West.
Oh, yeah.
Exciting but risky.
Yeah, for sure.
A little confusing.
Yeah.
There's a ton of potential, but it can be really intimidating for newcomers.
It can.
And then you have the traditional financial system, which sometimes feels slow, outdated,
Yeah.
even exclusionary to some.
Yeah,
It can feel that way.
it can.
So it seems like LCX is trying to create this space
Yeah.
where you can have the innovation and accessibility of crypto
Right.
alongside the security and regulatory compliance that traditional investors expect.
Yeah, it's like they're building a bridge across this huge chasm.
It is.
It's a big challenge.
It is. But if they pull it off,
Yeah.
it could really change how we interact with finance.
Change how we view it. Yeah.
Yeah, how we think about it.
Okay, so let's explore some of the potential implications here.
Okay.
We mentioned that LCX Earn is open to retail investors in 30 EEA countries.
Right.
So for somebody out there who's been thinking about maybe dipping their toes into crypto,
Uh-huh.
but they're not really sure where to start,
Right.
what does this mean for them?
Well, LCX Earn could be a great entry point for those investors. It
Okay.
allows them to gain exposure to crypto assets,
Yeah.
but within this familiar regulated framework.
Right. They've got that safety net.
They do, and that's 7% fixed yield.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely eye-catching.
It is.
It sounds almost too good to be true.
Right. So are there any risks involved with these tokenized bonds?
Well, of course, every investment has some level of risk.
Of course.
And tokenized bonds are no exception. It's important to remember that the crypto market can be volatile.
Right.
So while the bonds offer a fixed yield,
Yeah.
there's always the potential for loss.
So it's not a guaranteed return,
Right.
but it's definitely an interesting option for investors looking to diversify.
Yeah, to mix things up a little.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, what about the broader impact on the financial industry?
Uh-huh.
How could LCX's efforts influence the overall adoption of crypto?
One of the key things that LCX is doing is pushing for greater regulatory clarity.
Okay.
They're working directly with regulators
Yeah.
in Liechtenstein and the EU,
Right.
and that kind of sets a precedent for other companies to follow.
So they're paving the way for more mainstream acceptance of crypto?
Yeah.
Could this lead to traditional institutions like banks offering crypto-related products?
Absolutely. I think we're going to see more and more traditional players entering the crypto space.
Interesting.
And that might even lead to new business models and new use cases for blockchain technology emerging.
So this is about more than just buying and selling Bitcoin.
Way more.
It's about rethinking how we view things like money, assets, value.
You got it. That's what makes this so compelling.
Yeah.
We're kind of seeing the early stages of a potential financial revolution.
I like that.
Remember those confidential partnerships we mentioned earlier?
Yeah.
One area where LCX is making moves is in tokenization, turning real-world assets into digital tokens.
Right. Now, this whole physical validator thing still sounds a bit futuristic to me.
I know. It's pretty cool.
Can you break it down?
Yeah, it basically means that LCX can verify the ownership and authenticity of a real-world asset
Okay.
and then create a digital representation of that asset on the blockchain.
Okay.
So think about things like real estate,
Yeah.
art commodities like gold or oil.
Okay.
By tokenizing those things, you make them more accessible, you make them more divisible and easier to trade.
So let's say hypothetically I own a piece of real estate. Could I work with LCX to tokenize that property
You could.
and then sell fractions of it to different investors?
Exactly. That's the idea.
Interesting.
And because it all happens on the blockchain,
Right.
those transactions are transparent, they're secure,
Okay.
and they're efficient.
So this opens up investment opportunities to people who might not have been able to afford to buy a whole piece of real estate.
Exactly. It's like democratizing access to investments.
Right.
And the implications are huge when you consider tokenizing other types of assets like art, collectibles.
Intellectual property.
Exactly. All kinds of things.
As LCX expands its network,
Right.
we could see this whole new world of tokenized assets emerge.
We could. It's really exciting.
So freedom of wealth, how LCX defines it.
Yeah.
It's not just about having more money.
It's not.
It's about having more control over your assets and access to new opportunities.
Exactly. It's about empowering individuals financially in ways that traditional finance hasn't been able to.
You've hit the nail on the head. I'm really starting to see the bigger picture here.
Good. I'm glad.
Where do you see all this heading?
Okay.
What's the long-term vision for LCX and for the crypto space in general?
If you were to ask Monty C.M. Metzger,
Yeah.
I think he would probably say we are on the verge of a paradigm shift in finance. We've already seen so much innovation in the crypto space.
Yeah.
It feels like we're just getting started.
Yeah. With companies like LCX out there
Mm-hmm.
really pushing the boundaries,
Yeah.
challenging the status quo.
Challenging the status quo, that's right.
It's really exciting.
It is. I'm excited to see how this all unfolds.
Me too.
Okay, before we wrap up our deep dive on LCX, there's one more crucial aspect we need to discuss,
Okay.
and that's their role in decentralized finance.
Okay, DeFi.
Right. DeFi, that's right.
It's often described as the Wild West within the Wild West
Oh, yeah, for sure.
of crypto.
It's wild out there.
Yeah, so DeFi can seem chaotic,
It can.
but it's a rapidly growing space.
It is.
So how is LCX approaching this?
They've created their own DeFi terminal,
Okay.
which gives users access to all these DeFi tools and services, things like lending, borrowing, swapping tokens, and even providing liquidity to decentralized exchanges.
So they're trying to make these complex DeFi tools more accessible for both individuals and institutions.
That's right.
Okay.
They recognize that DeFi can be very technical and intimidating.
It can be.
But the potential rewards can be substantial.
They can.
DeFi has the power to disrupt traditional finance.
Right.
And LCX wants to be at the forefront of that.
They want to lead the charge.
They do.
Okay, so what makes their DeFi terminal different?
Okay.
What are they doing that's different from all these other platforms out there?
Well, one of their main focuses is security. Okay. So they've built the terminal with institutional-grade security in mind.
Okay, so they're taking that very seriously.
They are.
And they're also making sure that the DeFi protocols that they integrate with comply with relevant regulations.
Right.
So it's about building trust.
It is.
And bringing some order to the DeFi landscape.
Exactly, because right now it does feel like the Wild West out there.
It really does.
But it doesn't have to.
So it seems like they're really trying to make DeFi more appealing to those traditional investors.
Yeah.
And institutions who might be a little hesitant to jump in.
That's right, because there's a lot of hesitation.
Yeah.
A lot of concern about security and compliance.
If DeFi gains more mainstream adoption,
right,
it could really take off.
It could. I think LCX is positioning themselves to be a leader in that space.
Yeah, so they're building this comprehensive ecosystem that bridges the gap between traditional finance and the crypto world.
That's right, from tokenized bonds to DeFi.
All with that focus on security, compliance, and innovation.
All of the above.
That's a powerful combination.
It is.
It's going to be really fascinating to see how they continue to evolve and grow in the years to come.
It'll be really interesting to see what they come up with next.
Okay, so to recap, LCX isn't just building a crypto exchange.
No.
They're creating this whole ecosystem that connects traditional finance with the crypto world, from tokenized bonds to DeFi.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
With this unwavering focus on security, compliance, and innovation.
Yes.
It's a bold vision.
It is a bold vision.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into LCX, what are your final thoughts for our listeners?
I think LCX is a company worth watching.
Okay.
They're at the forefront of the crypto revolution.
Yeah.
Pushing boundaries and making waves with their innovative approach.
They're definitely shaking things up.
They are.
And their mission of freedom of wealth, it's a pretty compelling vision for the future.
It is, where everyone can benefit from decentralized technology.
Yeah.
And participate in the global economy on their terms.
The crypto space is constantly evolving.
It is. It never stops.
So what we've discussed today is just a glimpse into what's happening right now.
It's a snapshot in time.
Yeah, it's a dynamic and exciting industry.
It is.
With seemingly endless possibilities.
Yeah, who knows what we'll be talking about next year.
So what would you say is the most important takeaway for our listeners today?
I think the most important takeaway is to keep exploring.
Okay.
Keep learning. Keep asking questions.
Right.
The more you understand about this space, the better prepared you'll be to navigate the future of finance.
It's a good point.
And who knows? You might even find yourself inspired to join the movement and help build a more equitable and decentralized world.
That's a great point.
It's a pretty exciting time to be a part of it.
It is. It's amazing to think about where they started.
It is.
From a napkin sketch in Crypto Valley to this company that's really pushing the boundaries of finance.
Yeah, it's remarkable.
It's really remarkable.
It is, and they're not just dipping their toes in the water either.
No.
They're diving headfirst into this new world.
Yeah, building a whole ecosystem.
They've got regulated trading, tokenized bonds, real-world asset tokenization, even decentralized finance.
Yeah, all there.
Yeah, it's all under one roof.
And they're doing it with this constant focus on regulatory compliance and security.
So important.
Which is so important in this industry.
It is. It's still finding its footing.
Yeah.
So that focus on building trust is essential for mainstream adoption.
Exactly. It seems like they're really focused on building trust.
They are.
Not just with investors, but with regulators as well.
They want everybody on board.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, they're trying to create a more inclusive and accessible financial system.
That's the goal.
One where everyone can benefit.
I think so, yeah.
It's like they're saying, hey, you don't have to be a Wall Street expert to participate in the future of finance.
Right.
I like that.
That vision of freedom of wealth is really compelling.
It is. It's powerful.
It is.
It's about more than just accumulating wealth.
It's about empowering people.
Yeah, it's about empowering individuals and businesses to really take control.
Take control of your financial future.
Yeah.
They're building a movement.
It's a movement, not a company.
It's bigger than that.
It's bigger than that.
Yeah.
It's challenging the status quo and saying there's a better way to do things.
I like that.
We've seen so much innovation in the crypto space already.
So much.
And LCX is definitely at the forefront of that wave.
Oh, yeah.
And we've only scratched the surface.
Right. We've only just begun.
Of what's possible.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a few key takeaways.
Okay, good idea.
First, LCX is a company to keep your eye on.
Definitely. They're one to watch.
They're pushing the boundaries with their innovative approach to finance.
They are.
Second, freedom of wealth is more than just a catchy slogan.
Right.
It's a vision for a future where everybody has the opportunity to participate.
To participate in the global economy.
Yeah, and benefit from the power of technology.
And benefit from the power of technology, that's right.
And lastly, remember that this space is constantly evolving.
Oh, yeah. Always changing.
So what we've discussed today
Right.
is really just a snapshot.
A snapshot of what's happening right now.
It's a dynamic, exciting industry.
It is. There's so much energy.
Endless possibilities.
Yeah, endless possibilities.
So keep exploring, keep learning, keep asking questions.
Keep learning.
Yeah.
Keep asking questions. That's important.
The more you understand.
The more you understand about crypto and blockchain technology, the better prepared you'll be for the future.
For whatever the future holds.
That's right.
That's all the time we have for today's deep dive into LCX.
Oh.
We hope you enjoyed exploring the crypto science with us.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Thanks for joining us.
It's been fun.
It has. It has.
Until next time.
Yeah.
Stay curious.
Stay curious.
Keep diving deeper.
Absolutely.